Right, so ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I've taken out the BMW F900 GS adventure here because my bike is in for some possible warranty issues. I'm just having a little look around this bike. I've just taken it out, I've just been out for a little bit now of a ride with it, see, and I just found this little wooded area just to kind of, nice and quiet, just to kind of sit and have a little walk around. A couple of things that I've noticed straight away. The quick shifter on this is a little bit better than on mine. Not much, but a little bit better. It's got a bit more brake horsepower. I'll put it up in the notes of what the brake horsepower is. Generally, it's a pretty good looking bike, pretty similar to exactly what I've got. They've still got this damn issue of this switch here, this foot switch, which is really not brilliant. I've got to say, it's very flimsy bit of kit there. That's what mine's in for repair. That's cost me a load of money just to do that because basically it's a manufacturing fault. But I'm not going to sit there and argue about it. BMW, if you're listening, then take note. But as soon as you try and change that oil filter, if you're not careful, you'll break that very easily. So it needs a cover or something along the lines of it. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as mine, but it feels a lot lighter. I don't know what the weight is. I'll put the weight up of exactly what it is. Still got the big 25 litre tank for the adventure. All the other mods and cons on it. The only difference it has on this is it's got the SOS button. Mine doesn't have that as standard. But yeah, pretty good. Rides very nice. I'll take it out now and we'll go out and give it a go. One thing I have noticed, it's got adjustable front fork suspension, whereas mine doesn't. So obviously it's got the ESA suspension at the back for your 4 different riding modes, and presumably you can get a download to get the Dynamic Pro as well. I quite like riding in Dynamic now because I've got kind of used to the bike. But let's get it out on the road and let's just see what she's like. So this is a dirt track down here, so we'll try it in enduro mode first of all and see. So we'll change that enduro down to enduro mode, and let's give it a go. Enduro mode should be a nice, light setting. That's it. So we're nice off road, so get up on the pegs. It's not really off road, it's just a bit of a dirt track. So I'm going to try and do a few things of I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of motorway and stuff. We're in Bracknell at the moment. I used to live around here. We used to take my dogs for a walk all through those woods there. Feels nice on the pegs, feels exactly the same as mine. It's the steering damper on this seems a lot lighter than it does on mine. Mine's a lot heavier, the steering damper, but it's mine feels actually, if I'm honest, mine feels a little bit more balanced off-road than this does. This feels a little bit more flighty, even in enduro mode. Maybe that's the 900cc, an extra 50cc, I don't know. But we'll see. When we get out on the road here, we'll give it a go. But it's it's a bit of a bumpy old track. But yeah, I mean, it's good. The suspension suspension's almost exactly the same. One thing I will say is the seat is night and day better than mine. The stock seat on the 850 is nowhere near as good as this seat. So let's bung him back into dynamic mode, and you'll see the pickup on it on dynamic mode is just it's pretty incredible. Let's go up over Ascot, go over Windsor Great Park, and let's do a little bit of motorway riding while we're out. Yeah, wow, that dynamic is really good. It's kind of you've got to be careful. You can't ride one-handed if you're on that dynamic mode. The pickup is really quick. You feel that. Just feel that. Loads and loads of bottom end grunt on this bike. Really good. Yeah, it feels more like a road bike than mine does. It feels a lot more flickable. Excuse me. And I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I quite like stability and stuff like that, but it does feel a lot more flickable. Someone's put a limiter on here for that must be BMW to stop idiots taking it out and trying to thrash it, I guess. I mean, it's way more than I could ever use in a bike. Way more power. It feels pretty good. These are a bit more of a road-based tyre that they've got on this particular bike. I've got the Anarchy 3s, which I like. Yeah, it turns into corners a lot quicker than mine. Mine, you got to actually force it into the corner. This kind of naturally just rolls into the corner, which is really quite good. So from that aspect, it's quite nice. Let's just pop around the outside of here. Go up this main road here. Let's see what the quick shifter's like. Quick shifter is probably as good, if not a little bit better than the 850. I'll be honest, I don't really use them much. Oh, I know a nice little road that is nice and twisty going up there. Let's just take that one and go up towards Sunningdale and take that road back. Yeah, it really feels a hell of a lot more more flickable. I haven't noticed any power difference yet. I know it's this is just over 100 brake horsepower, and mine is about 92, I think, 91 or 92 brake horsepower. You don't really notice any difference. The bikes feel incredibly similar. This, I think, is a little bit taller. I can hang my legs down by the side. Lovely. Not scraping on the ground or anything like that, which is quite nice. Got all the same mod cons as mine. So you've got your USB port here, you've got another power socket there. Yeah, it's pretty much identical. If anything, the dynamic on mine feels a little bit more glitchy than this one does. If this one feels a little bit smoother on the dynamic setting. Throttle response is just slightly better. There's Ascot High Street. There's the new Ascot races. Yeah, the pickup is really good. Okay, we're going to try this road down here because this is normally quite a nice little road. And this pub here on the right hand side, there's some pizza place now. It used to be called the Cannon, and that was a great old pub that we used to go into when we were kids. Good bands. Right, let's have some of this road. Oh, this is nice. think the suspension is a little bit better. It's just a little bit more refined. I guess you'd expect that though after 4 years or so of R&D. Should go up to national speed limit in a minute. I can't get over how much more comfortable this seat is. I've just done 8,000 miles around Turkey. Blimey. This would have made the journey a hell of a lot nicer. Even the pillion side is good. They've used a different rubber, completely different makeup. Very balanced. Nice slow speed balance, good bike. Yeah, she leans lovely, just like mine. Let's see what the take-up's like. Well, you can't argue with that. That's more power than anybody could really ever use. I'll tell you what is going to be interesting is when I get back on mine this afternoon, and I'll just do an immediate what my feelings are about getting back on mine. I know saddle's going to be an issue, but we'll just see, because I can't really tell hardly any difference between the bikes. They've both got a very similar amount of power, and I'm not a good enough rider to really be able to tell a massive difference. There's some subtleties there, definitely, 100%, but it's not huge. You know, mine, this is quite spirited, but mine would definitely keep up with it, not a problem. It's nice up on the pegs, they feel nice. It's exactly the same as mine. It's got that good position, my arms are nice and stretched out, it's nice, it's just nice. It's a nice environment to be in. just say mine's definitely more stable at slow speed. This is good, but mine's definitely more stable at slow speed. But let's see what it's like getting up onto the motorway, up onto the M4 in a minute. We'll have a little look. But when I do get up onto that speed, I'm going to need to lift that screen up, because it is the stock screen, this is not the stock screen. This has got the riser on it, but the stock screen is pretty useless at keeping out wind. All it really does is protect your screen. Just protects your screen from bugs. That's about all it does really on the lower one. I mean, if you buy into the BMW brand, they've really done a good job with this. It is a lovely position. It's a lovely place to be, lovely environment to be in. And I've ridden a lot of the bikes. I've ridden a lot of the KTMs and everything, and this is way nicer environment to be sitting in. For me, anyway. It's all subjective, isn't it? But I really bonded with my 850 going around Turkey. Definitely taller on dynamic setting. I wonder if that's the seat though, the new seat, possibly. Does sound good. Okay, let's see what it's like going up onto the motorway at motorway speeds. I've got no doubt it'll be absolutely lovely. Let's go around the outside and see what she's like. There we go. Yeah, the quick shifter is definitely a little bit better, a little bit smoother than mine. Yeah, I'm not sure you can hear me at this sort of speed, but it's a very comfortable place. We'll see what it's like coming on this. There's a nice junction 7 here. There's a nice round bit there. Let's see what it's like leaning over at a reasonably high speed going around. These road tyres will make it really quite lovely actually. Oh yeah. I don't think they've changed the gearbox. The gears feel exactly the same as the 850. I think I mean the engine's the same. It's just obviously it's got 900 cubic capacity as opposed to 850. Let's try that quick shifter again. Yeah, definitely the quick shifter's better. Don't you just love motorbiking? Woohoo! Yeah, nice. motorway speeds, it is absolutely sublime. It's the same as mine. It's just this is built for munching up big miles. You know, you cannot fault BMW for that, for what they make, how they make it comfortable, how they make it a nice environment, and most of all, quite exciting to ride. You know, it's quite a nice experience. It's for an adventure bike, an off-road bike, it's got loads of power, loads of grunt. You know, not as good as the 1300, obviously, the new 1300, but I mean more than enough, even for 2 up. I mean, you probably want the 1300 if you were doing 2 up, you know, carrying your missus or your partner on the back, whatever. But I definitely buy into the brand. I do have to say, some of the times that the service that you get from BMW is a little bit poor. But then I guess I don't know if there's any other. I mean, people let me know if you think there's other motorbike manufacturers that give you better service. I don't know, but I think a lot of these places, once they got your money, it's like, ta-da, I'll see you later, you know. Which is a bit of a shame. If you buy into the brand, the whole thing is about you know being part of a family, isn't it? You know, when you buy a product like this, it's a lot of money to buy a bike like this. It's got a little bit of a burble, like my old 800 used to have when you throttle off. So this is Long Crendon. This is kind of one of my favourite roads going down here, which is the B4011. Keep this down just to give you the view. It's a lovely little area around here, and this is a superb road, I think, for trying out bikes. I just hope we don't have a lot of traffic. If we don't, it'll be quite a nice little ride through here. Just take it easy till we get out of the little village here. It's a beautiful little village, lovely old English, almost Cotswold little village, little thatched roofs everywhere, beautiful. The Long Crendon B4011 up towards Bicester and Aylesbury. And let's have some fun. Is, ladies and gentlemen, the B4011. As I say, on a glorious day, that is one of the best roads I've found around my local area, and when there's obviously no one around. Well, there we have it, and we come to On Your Bike in Aylesbury, just to have a little look around and see. So what do we think? Well, it's BMW all over, and I love it. I love BMW bikes. I don't think it's not anywhere different really to mine. I don't think. I say the gearbox is exactly the same. The throttle response is maybe slightly different where they've tuned it. That's really about all that I can see. Obviously the seat is night and day, much better, so I'm thinking I might buy one of those. Front suspension's got a little bit more feel to it, but it's a bit more flighty than mine. But on the face of it now, I wouldn't. I'm glad with my choice. I'm glad I bought the 850 and not the 900, because I've saved myself a couple of grand, I guess. But anyway, there we go. Yeah, hi all. So, summary. Would I buy one? I don't know whether I would. I was looking at there's £1,000 in difference. I'm glad I got mine on a 73 plate, which is literally I got it. I picked it up on I think it was the 30th of December of 2023, and I've saved around £1,000 I think of buying the 900. Would I buy the 900 GS Adventure? I don't know if I would. It's I would in the future, definitely. I love the bike. I think it was absolutely superb, great thing to ride. But then so is the 850. I can't see much difference in between the two. There's a little bit more refinement. It's nice to have the front end, which is a little bit more feedback on the front end. I would guess. Quick shifter's a little bit better, and the seat really for me was good. But you can upgrade those things, I guess. And you probably would spend that £1,000 to get the same kind of 900cc bike, I guess, but without the slight bit of 10 brake horsepower extra. I don't really notice the difference to it. So at this stage in time, I'm really glad that I've got mine. I really like mine, but there are a few issues on mine. If I'm brutally honest, mine uses a little bit of oil, as some of you would know, but it's 6 of one and half dozen the other. I don't see night and day between the two bikes, other than a couple of beautiful little things that BMW have done over 4 years of R&D. So my point is, buy it if you want it. It's definitely a fantastic bike. If you buy into the BMW brand, absolutely superb. Other than that, the 850 is perfectly capable. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, give us a thumbs up, and maybe I'll produce some more. Cheers, guys. Thanks.